What is up, Raw YouTube? This is Lauralie Chapados, 2 times Miss Bikini International. We are doing a Q&A today. Come on. No. So training has been, not gonna lie, we're about, I wanna say, almost a month from the Arnold. And I probably train 4.5 times in all honesty. So pretty shocker coming from me because I'm one who loves and enjoy weight training, but I needed that rest, you guys. So I just been enjoying family a lot, enjoying time outside, doing other things than just training. I still find myself at the gym anyway, but just focusing on different things, I guess. And just giving, again, my body that rest that was a lot needed after that long season. Yeah. It's so hard. It's like harder than just look at the camera. Okay. So, right after the show, I obviously always enjoy a great, heavy, good dinner, whatever the cravings are that night, or the next day. I let myself be completely. And then after that, I kind of carry on with whatever food I was eating and a little bit more freedom. So that means, whatever works with my diet that digests really well. Chicken, obviously staying on top of my protein, that's always key for me in off season. But yet again, if I had dinner with my family, I wouldn't say no to some good Peruvian food, some good, dessert, but anything that doesn't upset my stomach anymore, because I want to be able to perform the next day, which even though I didn't train, I was still getting, those steps in. I want to be, have mind clarity for work or whatever. So yeah, a lot of Peruvian food, to be honest. That's been my jam for a while. I'm known to put on some weight. I'm the bikini girl that put on weight in the off season because I do value and find balance into connecting and disconnecting, or calling it, the switch on and the switch off. So when I come off stage, I don't want to see a food scale close to me. I don't want to see a weight scale close to me. I don't want to, posing shoes are putting away, and I really go heavily into finding my own kind of intuition, intuitive eating as much as you can, because obviously when you start bodybuilding, it does become part of your life, and you don't see a plate ever the same. You see carbs, you see fats, you see protein, and that's going to be embedded in your brain for the rest of your life. But like I said, I've been reversing and sticking to my reverse diet by allowing myself, forcing myself into tapping into those protein regimen, those protein requirements as far as macro goes. And then when it comes to carbs, I just go with how I feel. When it comes to fat, I always go with how I feel, again with food that sits well on my stomach. Had a good picture of that first reaction. Yeah. To be honest, I still get the feels because, it's not just a win, it's a back-to-back win. It's you win and you regain your title. It's a feeling that I've never had before. And I had it for a couple of shows, but it's not the same when it's that big of a show. It's prestigious show as the Arnold is. So I think the first reaction you see can be standing up and then turning around, and then I start crying, but then I can't cry because I'm just wait, I'm qualified for the Olympia. That means, okay, I don't need to prep anymore, but yet this is the Arnold. And I went there with absolutely zero expectation. This is me going as Lauralie, who just finished 5th from the Olympia, not Miss International from last year. I wasn't going there with that pressure or that title at all. I was I need to prove myself all over again. And if I can only do better than the Olympia, which was 4th place, then, I did my job. I did something good. I did something better. But my God, to win, the Arnold after, 10 months, 10 weeks. We only had 10 weeks after the Olympia and the Arnold. It's still so crazy to me. It's one of obviously my biggest achievement that I've done so far as an athlete. I had zero pressure. So here's the thing. I think the Olympia made it for me. The Olympia finishing 5th was like, because the Olympia that was pressure. And when there's pressure from the outside, that means I put 110 times more pressure. And that's where you see a Lauralie that's overly conditioned for like 5 weeks, and that's where it kind of goes too far. And I can't really manage, my emotion. I can't really see myself anymore. I think I'm never shredded enough. I'm not lean enough. I'm not conditioned enough. I'm not good enough, all these things. So the Olympia was like, hey, it's not the harder you work. You need to be smart about it. And then I finished 5th. I heard the judges' feedback, fuller, went back to work. And the Arnold, if I could just be a little bit closer to what the judges want, then I did my job. I did what I needed to do to be better. But no, I had no pressure. So I went there to the Arnold, just my little Strout, just my little, Columbus is super fun, it's very enjoyable. I love going there. It's a great environment for me. I had my family around again. So no pressure. I just did it very casual. So my biggest piece of advice for girls that think success is a straight line, or anybody, right? Because that's what I think society gives us, this idea that that's how it should be, or that's how it is, or people see a person, they see result. There's a journey behind it. Embrace that thing. Just embrace all the curves and all the failure. The failures are just lessons unless you decide to give up. So as long as you don't give up, there's still more to learn. There's still more growth. You need to go into this journey of bodybuilding like being extremely vulnerable, knowing that there's going to be bad days, knowing that you're not going to win all the time, and you don't want to win all the time. Believe me, I'm so happy I finished 5th at the Olympia. I didn't take it the wrong way at all. I was not miserable. I put myself back up, knowing that I still have so much to work on, like how great of a life journey that is, and I can fail and learn again. And like if I fail again, then good. That means I can be better again. I can learn again. I think, oh my God, people forget they want something. They want to be on the Olympia stage, but there's so much more behind it. There's so much more to it. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it to your own speed. Your own. It can take 10 years. I don't care. I don't mind. I have goals of winning the Olympia twice back to back, and that's very real. But am I going to tell myself I want that in 2 years? Why am I rushing? Like if that is really your dream, and you really dream about something that big and that scary, then you should give yourself that time to embrace all the learning curves and all of it, because otherwise you're not in the present moment. You're not living in the present. You're always living into the future and the reach. And trust me, the trophy, trust me, I enjoy the titles, but my trophies are all back home in Canada. And I don't look at them. They're not there. They don't define me as a person as a whole. My journey is. The ups and downs are. So that's my little lesson of the day for my girls out there. Okay, we're doing it for real. I should get my hair done for real then.
We want that grungy, natural aesthetic look,
We love that for us. Okay. I ate so much food yesterday. Oh my God.